Yes, everybody, welcome back to Football United TV. This is La Ligue des Champions, the show where we talk all things Champions League. And first of all, you know what's coming? It's that special intro. Yes, everybody, welcome back to La Ligue des Champions, where we talk all things Champions League. And it's been a really good second. What would you call it? Like, we've had the first games, of course, the opening games, but these are the second games now, the group stages. And it's been brilliant. Sorry, my mind's a bit at the moment because there's a lot to talk about. And I can't wait to get into the Real Madrid game. Smash the like, share, subscribe if you are watching. Thank you very much. There is a poll in the chat. Where do you think Newcastle will end up in the Champions League? How far are they going to go? Put your vote in there for us if you can, please. And before we start, actually, I just want to shout out the people that we're in partnership with, which is Galasso Kits. If you go check out their website, as you can see here, I'm showing an example of surprise kit and scarf box, mystery box. You won't know what you're getting. It could be from any team all over the world. Quite exciting, good for Christmas as well. That's coming up very soon, actually, isn't it? I keep forgetting what time of year it is. Honestly, like we're getting like another heat wave in England, and it's October. It's I don't know what's going on, but it ain't normal. So look, surprise jacket, surprise kits, mystery boxes, surprise scarf pack. Go check out Galasso Kits, and we do a promo code on the Feta shows. So if you check out the Feta show, which I think is happening this Sunday, I might be hosting for Mali. I might be standing in. I'll be probably with Esteban and hopefully John, and we'll be talking Colombian football. So tune in hopefully on Sunday, the Feta show, Football in the Americas. And there'll be a promo code in that show where you can get 15 to 20% discount at Galasso Kits. So, and they ship all around the world as well. So don't panic about that. I think it's free shipping as well. I think so. You can check it out on the website, but I'm pretty sure it is. Really worth a look. Honestly, people, good stuff they have. Okay, let's get into it, right? Because it's been brilliant, the Champions League. Napoli 2, Real Madrid 3, Bellingham another level. Absolutely was he another level, honestly. The goal he scored as well was tremendous. So much power and strength, and it's not all about Bellingham at Real Madrid at the moment. Vinicius Jr. had a really good game. He scored 2. And the last goal, which was an own goal apparently from Merit, but I can't remember who actually scored the goal now. Valverde. Honestly, that ball, it thunderbolted into the goal. They give it to Merit as an own goal, but I don't think that merits an own goal. Hey, get it? But honestly, Real Madrid, another level. Bellingham, another level. And they're building stronger and stronger. And you can only imagine if they get Mbappe next season, what they're going to look like. They're good now, to be fair, to be honest. And I think it's obviously Ancelotti's last season with Real Madrid, so he'll be hoping that he can win the Champions League on his last year there, because he's obviously going to Brazil, I believe. We'll actually be talking to Mali about that in a few weeks to try and see what the Brazilian public think about that, because I've heard rumors about him wanting to go and be the Brazil national team head coach and them wanting him and poaching him a little bit and asking him whether he fancied it. That'd be exciting because, he's one of the elite managers out of managers in all of history, to be fair. Let's look back. He's achieved quite a lot, hasn't he? And with the team that he's got at Real Madrid right now, he definitely can. They've got an amazing squad, and it's not full of like egos. Yes, potentially there are some players in the Madrid team that could become an ego, but at this moment in time, they've got great squad, haven't they? They've got good depth on the bench, and every player is playing for the shirt, playing for Ancelotti, playing for the history, and it's good. It's good to see. It's good to see Real Madrid like going a different direction. Yeah, they spent quite a lot on Bellingham, of course I know, but he's young, and you know if they can keep him for like 8 to 10 years, 100 was it 120 million maybe was it or something like that for Bellingham. That's well worth it. That's well worth it. If he was like 25 in his mid-20s, maybe not, but honestly, I think Real Madrid are another level. It was unfortunate from Napoli as well. I believe they went up. They were up 1-0 against Real Madrid, Ostergaard, and they applauded Ancelotti at the end of the game as well, which is very nice to see because obviously he used to manage in Napoli. But yeah, I mean, they ain't got to worry too much, I don't think, about this. These are always hard games against Real Madrid, and look, you can afford to lose. You can afford to lose one home game, but you've got to try and at least win 1 or 2 away games. And Napoli might go back to the Bernabeu and do some damage. They might look at it and think that Real Madrid might feel comfortable. See, Real Madrid are quite good away because they're representing the badge, they're representing the city, aren't they? And it's a huge club. But as we've seen in recent years, teams have gone to Real Madrid that probably shouldn't have got a result and ended up getting it. And it's a beautiful new stadium, isn't it? I really do need to go back there. I've been to the old one, did a tour and all that. Brilliant, beautiful place, but it looks amazing. I wonder how it fares between Tottenham Hotspur Stadium and their stadium, whether that's better or not. I'm not sure. People will probably come out soon and give their reviews, won't they? So we'll find out about that. But yeah, Real Madrid, another level. Bellingham, another level. Unfortunate for Napoli. It was a really good game. It was tight, but that shot from Valverde at the end, oh my God, it was something else. Absolutely. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. That was the first game we were running through. We're literally, it's just a quick 20, 30-minute chat, just running through some of the big games, having my say, and hopefully if anybody wants to put their comments in and have their say, you're more than welcome. There is a poll, of course, in the chat, which pretty much asks, where do you think Newcastle will finish in the Champions League? I can't actually remember how are we looking on the poll so far. We got 50% say round 16 for Newcastle and 50% say quarter-final, and nobody said semi-final or final yet. Is it Amanda Staveley? I'm pretty sure she's saying the final. She did say in an interview, I think when they lost the Carabao Cup, that Newcastle will eventually win the Champions League, Premier League, Carabao Cup, etc., etc. And she's probably right. I don't know whether it'll be this year. There was a good debate on TalkSport about... Well, actually, I can't really talk about it right now because what we're going to do is actually talk about the game first. But if I just want to quickly finish up on that bit I was just saying there, that eventually they will win it, but whether it's going to be this year or not. Newcastle 4. Hang on, let me change this. Can't be having that, can we? Can't be having that. Newcastle 4, PSG 1. Oh, my days, people. I didn't expect it to be that high of a score. I thought, PSG, they're not doing so good in the league, and I think they're about 5th at the moment. They've not been doing great at all. But Newcastle were up for this, weren't they? Their first game for a very long time in the Champions League at home. Obviously, they played in Milan a couple of weeks ago, and it was a 0-0. And Almiron was the first ever player, well, not first ever player, but first player since the last time they played in the Champions League to get on the score sheet. And it's his first Champions League goal ever, of course, because he came over from the MLS. So he's probably double happy, isn't he? And two geordies getting on the score sheet as well with Longstaff and Burns. Took a little bit of time to figure out whether it was a goal or not. There was an offside claim. There was like a shove and a push claim. but in the end, the goal was given. Brilliant goal from Almiron as well, by the way. Lovely the way that he used his the side of his left foot and poked it in the far left corner. And Shah's goal at the end, my God, that was brilliant, wasn't it? Really good. I kind of felt like he slipped a little bit when he hit it, but who cares? It went beautifully in the top right-hand corner. It was just one of those goals, where the keeper's going for it and you just like, I don't think you're going to get this. Just perfect hit, even though I say he slipped. It kind of looked like he slipped. I'm not saying that he did, but yeah, this is really, really good for Newcastle. I was joking around with some people at work and I was saying that Newcastle are kind of the new Man United, and Man United are kind of the new Spurs. We're a bit Spursy at the moment, Man United, and it does suck. I will be talking about that game next. But PSG, what can you say about them? Like I said, they're, I think, 5th in Ligue 1 at the moment, not doing very well, but they're in like a transition point at the club at the moment with the Qatar owners. They've got rid of, I think, Ramos, Messi's left as well. I think Di Maria left as well. So they've shifted out a few players, and I think Mbappe eventually will go, won't he? So yeah, I just see PSG maybe not doing so great this season. It might go somewhere else in Ligue 1. I mean, Lens. I'm trying to do it French. Lens are a very good team at the moment. Lille will probably be sniffing around trying to win Ligue 1 this season. Marseille, Monaco. I did say this in previous chats we've had, especially on Ligue 1, that the problem they've had is not the Qataris' fault, but it's just the Qatari ownership came in, bought PSG, and literally they had money to just burn and throw at players and bring the Galacticos in. Yes, they made a Champions League final once, but they haven't really done what Man City did. Man City done it a bit more smarter, I feel, even though there's debate in that because of the charges. But I don't know if anything's really going to happen from that, to be fair. And I'm pretty sure PSG have broke some rules here and there. Again, I'm just saying possibly. I'm not saying I know, but it kind of looks like clubs that have a lot of money, like PSG as well. Like they say, they were throwing money at it, trying to do the Galactico thing and trying to win a Champions League by buying the best players, etc. And also giving PSG a really good brand name as well, with having Jordan as their what do you call it when you use Umbro, Nike, whatever, their sponsorship. With PSG, yeah, it's going to take them a few years. I think once they get Mbappe out, and they've got obviously Dembele from Barcelona, even though he hasn't scored yet. He had some great chances actually in the Newcastle game, but he's a bit injury prone, and I just wonder how that's going to work out for him. But again, he's French anyway, so he's come back to France and he's going to try and reinvent his career and maybe try not to get as injured as he has been in the past. But yeah, I think things look up for PSG in the future. If they do right, if they buy right, if they have a great team underneath the board that can actually manage the players to bring in and spot talent and try and work at it that way, then they'll probably have better success, and it will be more it won't be tainted, basically. So yeah, I reckon PSG will eventually be okay. Smash the like, share, subscribe if you can, please. Thank you all for watching. We got one cheeky comment here from Bill the Baggio. Evening all. Big up, mate. How you doing? Just literally running through Champions League. I need to start bringing on guests for this, I think, as well, because I find it difficult to do these shows on my own. It was all right when I used to do shows way back in the day. Do not look back in Football United TV from like 2019 because I was just starting out and I don't know what I was doing, but I used to just do videos pretty much and then just post them up. And I never used to have like all these groups that I'm in that you're able to post your stuff in and all that. And yeah, I don't know. I will start doing those again at some point because I really enjoyed it. But yeah, I do love the lives as well. It is difficult to do on your own. So let's move on to the next game, people. Well done to Newcastle as well. I'm pretty sure they're going to make it through. There is a poll as well. Like I said, there's three. What we got? We got 4 options. We got round 16, quarterfinal, semi-final, and the final. How far will Newcastle go in the Champions League? And so far, round 16's 33%, quarterfinals 67%, and semi-final and finals on 0% still. So quarterfinals, the one that's rocking at the moment for Newcastle. Have your say, put it in. The show will be finished in the next 15-20 minutes, so please do fill your boots. Let's move on to the next game, then the last game that we're going to talk about, and then we're going to look at the team of the week, as you can see there. See what everybody's picked, or what UEFA have picked, or bloody blah, whatever. Where was we? Where were we? We're going too far here. We're trying to... Here we go. Had to talk about this one. I wouldn't want to talk about the Arsenal one because Gunners from All Corners is live tonight at 9 o'clock. I think Charlie Hibbert's on as well, Man City fan. I think they're doing the preview and they're going to be talking about Arteta and the fact that Saka got injured during the Champions League game against Lens. They'll talk about that and discuss that. 9 o'clock PM tonight. Go have your say. There's a poll also in there asking what you think about Arteta's decision to play Saka and risk his chances of playing a very big game, potential title challenge between foes, Manchester City. So yeah, go check it out tonight, 9 o'clock PM. Let's talk about this one then. Oh God, it hurts. It really does. It hurts like nails in the hands. Man United 2, Galatasaray 3. And I said to a lot of people as well, it's going to be an interesting game. I was on Eagle Eye Football the other week and I was saying like it's going to be interesting. People going, yeah, but Galatasaray haven't been that great in their league so far. Yes, they're second, Fenerbahce are top, but things will change. Honestly, Galatasaray are a lot better than they have been in the last like 10, 15 years. They had a big presence in the Champions League, way back when, it was they were very hard a team to go to and try and get a result. Man United probably felt like this is probably a very good opportunity to get 3 points, keep them afloat in their group. And when they go back to Galatasaray, like I said, with the atmosphere, it's very difficult. And how Man United have got an uphill battle when they have to go back there. Man United were crap. Let's just be honest. Man United were dreadful, honestly. When I watched that game, I was, from start to finish, dismayed. And I just felt like we weren't going to win. If you even look at the United Across the Globe show that I did the other day, like the thing on the day of the game, so Tuesday night, a couple of days ago, I said it'll probably be like a 2-2. And it was 2-2 at some point, and then Galatasaray got that goal in the last bit. Icardi scoring as well, and you got to give them credit. Zaha as well. I don't know what was going on with that goal, by the way. I think it was Dalot that was sort of marking him, and it was just like he just got shrugged off, didn't he? Zaha let it bounce a fair few times, and then was like, right, mine, easy. And Onana in goal for Man United. I don't know what's happening. He reminds me of Mark Bosnich. He reminds me of Fabian Barthez. I'm just skeptical about Onana and that signing. And I just feel like David De Gea is sitting there in Spain in his pants, watching the TV, and his missus and him are just laughing at what's going on. And fair play, to be fair, because I don't think it was the best decision to get rid of De Gea. I know that Onana's very renowned in Italy, and he was in Holland as well, and people before he went to Man United were like, yeah, this guy is definitely worth the money, blah blah blah. And I do agree. I think the fact that he can play brilliant balls, he's got a beautiful foot on him. Do you know what I mean? His passing, but you wouldn't have said that in this game, would you? Because he made a huge error which led to one of the goals, and I was just like, my God, mate, it's terrible. Casemiro getting the red card. That was so unfortunate. He gets so many red cards for Man United as well. It's like, oh dear. I think he's kind of getting tired. You can see that he's tired in this game now. He had a really good season last season, but maybe just the age is catching up a little bit. I still think he can have his good days, though. So I'm not really completely blaming him for all the faults at the moment. Yes, he has been a little bit poor this season, but I mean, with what you're working with around you, it's not very good. And Varane's only just come back into the frame. So, I mean, it's an uphill battle for Man United. Let's be honest, right? 2 losses. They got to go to Copenhagen, and of course Copenhagen weren't, it was a tough game for Bayern Munich. I think they only won 2-1. So Man United, it's going to be difficult. It really is going to be difficult for us. Galatasaray, they'll be really happy that they've gone and got an away win there. I think it's their first away win for quite some time, about 8 years or so. I mean, it's incredible. Well done to them. You can't fault them at all. They kept going. We had like most of the what do you call it? We had most possession, but at the same time, it doesn't really matter, does it? You got to put the ball in the back of the net. If Galatasaray only get three shots on goal and then score them 3 goals, and we have 25 shots on goal and only get 2, says it all there, really. Bill Baggio says Mount, Højlund and Amrabat I thought were very good. Mount and Højlund in particular. Onana looks shit at the moment, but he'll come good, I'm sure. Yeah, Højlund, look, honestly, he's the only one really I can see out of that, and probably Garnacho, to be fair, because he was pretty good when he come on. But Højlund looks absolutely amazing. Scored 2 goals, of course. Probably could have got a few more as well. He looks something else. Like, he looks like a proper number 9, someone that we've been lacking for a long time. I still feel like he should have had someone who was older, a bit more senior to look up to maybe take over that role eventually, like in a year or 2, because I feel like all the pressure's on him now, and he's taking it on board. He's getting the goals at the end of the day. If we were playing much better, he'd be getting more, and we'd be winning. Probably feels gutted, every time he's bloody scoring or whatever. We're not winning games, are we? So yeah, I do agree with you. I mean, look, with Amrabat, he does look good, but I keep seeing him every now and then, Bill, playing left back, and I don't like it. I don't think we brought him in to do that role. I do generally feel like if we have to do a different thing and play somebody at left back, I think we should be playing, I know it's going to sound radical, but Lindelof at left back, because he's played there before. He knows the position, and then we can put Amrabat in the position that we bought him for originally. This is what I'm not understanding. So again, with Ten Hag as well, tactics a little bit strange for me. I see situations in the future where he's going to get hit hard by the press for certain changes he does or doesn't make, etc. And some players that he does play. It's a difficult time for Man United, a very good time for Galatasaray, getting the away win at Old Trafford as well. Fair play to them. Bill Baggio says 352 next game, bring Maguire back. 352. 352 next game, bring Maguire back. Yeah, look, if players aren't playing well, then you've got to put the other players in. I think that's how you should do it. Whoever's on the bench takes their position. They've got to fight back for their position. We've got to be strong about this. It's exactly what any other top elite manager would do. So I don't understand why Ten Hag probably won't do that, but we will probably find that out in all good time. We'll see, Bill. We'll see what's going to happen, mate. I'm not overly too happy about the result, about the 2 results in the Champions League at the moment. But there you go. It is what it is. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Let's have a look at the poll now. We're still at the same 33% for round 16, 6-7% quarterfinal, semi-final, 0, final 0. No one thinks that Newcastle can get into the semi-finals or the finals of the Champions League. Okay, fair enough. Right, let's stop the share screen and let's share something else. This is apparently the team of the week. Okay. UEFA's team of the week. All right. And we're going to go and have a little look and see what they're saying and just run through the list. So we got Ter Stegen, Barcelona. You got a 7. Calabria for Milan. Got a 9. Shah for Newcastle. You got 11. Sanchez for Galatasaray, 10. Bukhari for Cervena, which I think is Red Star, 13. Almiron on 10 for Newcastle. Bellingham for Real Madrid, 14. Brais Mendes for Real Sociedad, 14. Bruma from Braga, that's nice, 13. Højlund gets in there for Man United, 13. And Sikan, Shakhtar Donetsk, 13. So that's their team of the week, ladies and gentlemen. Just scrolling back on that one there for you. Bellingham obviously making it. Almiron clearly should have made it as well. Shah, 3 Newcastle players in there. And that's the team of the week for UEFA. There you go, top notch. Bargav says, amazing game. What one were you talking about there, mate? The Galatasaray Man United one. There was lots of good games this week, mate. Really, honestly, there were some really good ones. I was quite impressed with the. I watched the extended highlights on quite a few of them because you can't watch all the games at once, can you? That's the thing. Where are you, Bargav? What are you saying here? Mbappe trying to be Neymar with free roll was laughable. Yeah, but look, he doesn't really want to be there, does he? At the end of the day, Bargav, I think he's disinterested. They're, like I said, they're 5th in league, and I just don't think he's very interested. And they're just trying to rebuild something new there at PSG. They're not trying to do the Galactico thing, like I said earlier. I think that's all it's down to at the end of the day. I mean, if you look back on that game, he wasn't really involved that much. It was more Dembele that had probably the best chances. I think maybe Mbappe had 1 or 2, but yeah, so many open groups. Feyenoord game was nice. Yes, it was. Lens for the neutral. Gala game. I tell you what, Lens. Well, Manton's going to be talking about that one on Gunners from All Corners tonight at 9:00, Bargav. So please do go check it out. We are wrapping up though. If you didn't watch most of the show, actually, Bill's coming in here. Have they sacked the referee in the Madrid game? That penalty decision was bloody awful. Yeah, I do, mate. Yeah, it was. But I mean, it's just one of those things. Mistakes going to happen, and I do agree. Like, if it's a bad mistake like that one, then I think the referee probably should be sacked, but suspended, or miss out on certain games, etc. There should be like a sort of league table, shouldn't there, for referees? And unfortunately, there isn't a lot of elite referees out there, and this is the problem. They definitely need to bring more people up into the game. Maybe pay them a little bit of a better wage, and maybe get ex-professionals to go into refereeing, etc. as well. I think that's always a good move. Or people that don't make it as football players from like academy, youth, and then they can have the potential to be a referee one day. I may have overrated Dembele. How was Kolo Muani? 100 million. Well, look, Dembele is injury prone, isn't he? That's the thing. And Barcelona, I think, when they saw him at the time, he was, fairly young, still had his injuries, but, they thought he might have overcome it. But at the end of the day, we'll see. He hasn't scored a goal yet for PSG, I don't think. So not looking too great for him. But at the same time, he didn't have a very bad game last night. He just didn't hit the back of the net. Actually, Matt, we in America can watch all games at once. One reason Champions League's so massive. Well, yeah, look, I probably could, but I don't have that many TV screens to watch all of them at once. That's the thing, Bargav. I could go to a sports bar and watch them, couldn't I? But then I'd end up getting drunk and not remembering what's happened, and then this show would be nothing. Actually, I might actually do that next time. Called Gonzalo Show. Gonzalo Show. Thoughts on that semi-automated offside? What game? In the Porto game? The Porto-Barcelona game? Or do you mean the Newcastle game? There were so many decisions last night as well from all different games. Porto had a few shouts. They had another goal that was given for offside. There was also a penalty shout. Lots was going on, but I am finishing up though, people. Thank you all for tuning in once again. It's been brilliant. Just a quick 30-minute show here. I've got a shout. Should it be in the Prem? Oh, automated offside. I don't know, because the decision in the Liverpool game the other day was right. It's just that they verbally didn't communicate well, did they? The technology is good. The technology does work. It's the people behind it. Once you can get that right, then everything will be 99.9%, because yet again, it's human error, isn't it? It's a terrible human error. You'd be like, oh my God, what are you doing? But people can make terrible mistakes sometimes. And that's all that's happened. So no replays for Klopp, okay? You can't be doing that, because everybody else will want one. And yes, I know it's different because they intentionally knew. But at the same time, no. Once the game's over, it's over. It's done. You're just going to have to wipe your tears and move on. That's all you're going to have to do. Have a good day. Great to catch you. You too, Bargav. Big up to Bill Baggio as well, and everybody else that's tuned in. Smash a like, share, subscribe, and vote in the poll too. Well, actually, it's about to finish now. And it's finished up with quarterfinals for Newcastle. The majority of people that voted are saying that Newcastle can reach the quarterfinals in Champions League. Eddie Howe will be happy with that. Let's see, shall we? Until next time, I don't know when I don't know whether we got Champions League next week or the week after that. I'm not looking at it because I'm going straight back to the Premier League on my mind. I do it game by game. But we'll be back on in the next couple of weeks. Laters, Matt. Have a good evening, mate. Human error is best way. Do away with technology. Yeah, I get it, but at the same time, if we hadn't have had the technology, it would have been given offside as well, and then people would have moaned about it. That's the reason why we have VAR now. And I think VAR is good. Just get rid of the people that are running it, because obviously they can't do a good enough job. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, take care, everybody. Have a brilliant rest of your day wherever you are in the world, and enjoy your weekend as well. I'll be back maybe Sunday, but Monday for the Football Politics show. We're talking about the World Cup bid going to 3 continents for 2030. And we're also talking about the UK and Ireland potentially hosting Euro 2028. That'll be, I think, announced on Tuesday. So we're doing the show on Monday to just talk about it and see what you think about the World Cup bid and the fact that some teams are going to be playing in South America, then Morocco, then Spain. And yes, I know Spain and Morocco, very close, agreed. But Paraguay, Argentina, and Uruguay. It's very far away, isn't it? But we'll see what you think. And until tonight, 9:00 p.m, Gunners on All Corners, have a brilliant rest of your day, which I've already said again. I keep repeating myself. Take care, people. Bye-bye.